Decisions stall when no one agrees how much risk is acceptable. Good morning. This is the Agentic Executive. I'm Adrian Cross. Today, a tiny, repeatable ritual I call the Decision Thermostat. It takes under 10 minutes, gives you a single machine-readable band for risk, and 3 anchoring answers that make enforcement trivial. Make your next move count.
Hi, I'm Amelia. Quick thought before we dive. I love the name. A thermostat implies you set it once and the system keeps temperature. That metaphor already tells you where we're headed. Automation, enforcement, and fewer debates at noon.
Exactly. Hook in 20 seconds. When appetite is implicit, action is slow, and regret is loud. The Decision Thermostat turns a fuzzy gut call into a one-line token, readable, enforceable, and instrumentable.
Core insight in 1 minute. Risk tolerance is contextual. Your courage yesterday doesn't apply to a new vendor integration or a feature that touches billing. If you don't set appetite deliberately for each decision stream, you either paralyze teams or let hidden downside compound. An explicit ban preserves optionality, so teams move faster without buried risk.
And there's a behavioral piece. When risk is quantified and owned, people stop arguing about intentions and start executing against rules. Patterns create power. Once a thermostat exists, it guides behavior without more meetings.
Move 1. The thermostat token. This is the exact one-line schema you copy and paste. Decision ID. Thermostat band, 0 to 100. Worst credible impact, 1 line. Minimum upside threshold. Recovery window, ISO 8601. Owner.
Walk me through the fields quickly. Decision ID is obvious. Thermostat band is the numeric appetite. How strict should teams be about the 0 to 100 band?
Good question. Start conservatively. The band is your operational limit. 0 is no risk. 100 is full tilt. For most experiments, initial bands will sit between 10 and 40. If a team wants to move the band more than 20% from the current setting, they must add a one-line justification and a named approver. That prevents casual escalation. 3 copy-paste examples so you can see it in action. 1. Pricing experiment. Pricing test -PR07. 30. Worst credible impact. 7% ARR loss in 30 days. Minimum upside threshold, plus 8% ARR. Recovery window, PT168H. Owner, product lead A. 2. Vendor integration. Vendor X-DBS sync. 20. Worst credible impact. Data latency causing 2% conversion drop. Minimum upside threshold, 0.5% conversion gain. Recovery window, PT72H. Owner, Eng Manager B. 3. AI automation throttle. Auto tagger -phase 1. 15. Worst credible impact. 1% false positive customer miss tag. Minimum upside threshold. 2x throughput reduction in manual cost. Recovery window. PT24H. Owner. Ops lead C.
Those are tight and operational. The recovery window in ISO keeps dates machine-friendly. Great for automation. Also, the one-line worst credible impact forces teams to think about real downstream cost, not vague fear.
Move 2. Enforcement patterns. 3 practical rules to make thermostats effective and not just symbolic. First, pre-off gate. No execution above the declared band without a named approver. If your thermostat says 20 and the team wants to run at 40, you need pre-authorized sign-off from the owner or a designated approver.
Second, auto-throttle. Instrument throughput so that if the primary metric crosses the band by a defined delta, say breaches by Y%, the system automatically reduces speed or sample size. It's not a panic button, it's a gradual throttle that buys time and visibility.
Third, rollback leash. When the recovery window expires with adverse drift, the system auto-publishes a rollback draft or a mitigation playbook to the owner and notifies stakeholders. Important, auto-publishing a draft is not the same as executing a rollback. It creates a one-click path so humans can confirm and act quickly.
2 operational checks to avoid normalization. Embed the token into your execution gate so you can't proceed without it, and publish a weekly breach log that ties breaches to decisions taken. That keeps teams honest and makes the thermostat a real control, not a sticker.
Move 3. AI patterns. 2 constrained prompts you can use immediately. Prompt A. Propose a starting thermostat band from 12 months of past outcomes. The AI should return a single suggested band and 1 supporting precedent line, no essay. Prompt B. A monitor prompt that watches feeds and returns the single evidence line that caused the breach, plus a confidence band. Both prompts must force provenance, cite the exact metric, timestamp, and reason.
To make that concrete, for Prompt A, feed the AI the last 12 months of experiment outcomes, conversion delta, and recovery times. Ask, based on this history, recommend a starting thermostat band with 1 precedent line and numeric confidence. For Prompt B, the monitor should say, breach detected, metric X at T triggered threshold Y, evidence line, source, timestamp, confidence, 72.
Now the pilot and fast action, 90 seconds. Run a 7-day pilot on 1 recurring decision stream. Pick pricing, feature experiments, or an operational automation. Day 0. Publish the thermostat token in the execution gate and assign the owner. Day 3. Turn on the AI monitor for lightweight visibility. Day 6. Review any triggers and produce 1 short lesson. Measure how often thresholds drove action, what percentage of breaches led to a confirmed rollback or throttle, and the human justification quality.
Practical tip. Start with a decision that runs frequently and has clean metrics. A/B pricing tests or staged feature rollouts are ideal. After 7 days, publish 1 lesson, whether the band was too tight, too loose, or correctly set. Patterns create power. This iterative loop gives you calibration data fast.
Quick risk checklist and mitigations. Risk 1. Bands that are too permissive or too strict. Mitigation. Conservative defaults and a rule. Require a 1-line human justification to move a band more than 20%. Risk 2. Thermostats becoming nominal labels people ignore. Mitigation. Embed tokens in gates and publish weekly breach logs. Risk 3. Noisy AI monitors triggering false positives. Mitigation. Constrain monitors to cite provenance and a confidence score, and require human confirmation for any customer impacting rollback.
1 immediate action. Publish a thermostat for your next pricing or feature experiment before you run it. If you're listening in the morning, block 8 minutes on your calendar now and create the token. Decision ID, band, worst credible impact, minimum upside, recovery window, owner. Then test the gate.
Final note. Treat the thermostat as a living artifact. The goal isn't to eliminate risk, but to make appetite explicit and actionable, so your organization preserves optionality while moving faster. Clarity is leverage. Publish the token, instrument the enforcement patterns, and iterate from data.
If you try the 7-day pilot, we'd love to hear 1 lesson you learned. The system reveals the truth. Share the result in your team notes and tag the owner. Small experiments like this compound.
That's it. If this episode helped you convert vague risk into a compact, enforceable control, publish a thermostat today. Subscribe for daily executive briefings. Stay agentic.